Hi, you guys. It's Aunt Joyce. I took the liberty of making a video for you for when you bring Payton home, which I'm so excited about. I know I was going to send you a list of things, and I don't even know if you're interested in anything I have to say, but I figured we had talked about that, and I had said that I would share, what I had, information. I thought this was an easier way to do it, and I could explain sort of what I was talking about. So I'm going to start from like day one and just take you through what I think is hopefully good information. It might be helpful, it might not be. If nothing else, you get to see me. Yay, yay. And my Invisalign. Yeah. 72 braces. Yeah. Anyway, Kaylee's asleep over there. So, bringing the puppy home, I'm sure your gal that had the litter was going to share some of this with you, but I think the main things to have the house ready are a crate and obviously the necessities, food. God, I'm trying to think. So with the crate, you can go, if you haven't got one already, you can go on Marketplace and see if you can find a 42-inch. I like Midwest. I like the brand Midwest. It's a good crate. It's a good solid crate. I just like them. It's a good wire crate. And they have a plastic tray that slides in and out. I just like them. But a 42-inch for a golden, an adult golden, and they have dividers that go in so you can use it for all stages of growth. But if not, I would just go on Amazon and buy one. It's easy. I like to have two because I want one in my bedroom and I want one in the house. And they are not to be used for punishment. They are only to be used for sleeping, like overnight, when you go to bed. And like if you're going, and we talked about this, you're going to the bathroom, you're making the bed, you're cooking something, and there's only one of you there. So you can't have eyes on, so the pup goes in the crate. When they go in their crate, they don't go in with any toys. They don't go, absolutely no bedding, because they, especially puppies, they'll chew and they could die. That's the reality. So even a crate pad, those wool, like the fleece crate pads, no. Later on, but not when they're babies. Maybe a couple years old, you can get a crate pad, but they're not safe. So I just did the plastic tray, and I think I shared with you, to start crate training, I put their food bowl all the way in the back of the crate. Like if the divider's halfway, then it goes to the divider, okay? And then you feed them in there, you don't water them in there. And so they start to associate, poop where you eat. I cleaned it up a little. So they start to associate their crate with positive, and also that they will not go where they're eating. That's the theory. And then you don't shut the door and lock it. You just let them go in there to feed. And then when they come out, you take them right outside, and it's a party. Oh, I forgot to get you something. Damn. But each of you probably should have treat bags always, because you're going to be using a lot of food, and we can talk about that later. But anyway, so the crate, every time you take the puppy or the adult or the adolescent out of the crate, they go right outside. So if it's raining out, you have your rain gear on yourself first. If it's snowing out, your snow gear, okay? Your shoes are on, you're ready to go out the door. So when you pick up the puppy, it's not, ooh, it's business. You're taking the pup outside, putting it down where you want it to go to the bathroom. It's great if it works out, but otherwise they have the yard. And then when they go, you've got treats, and you're just, tiny, I'm talking tiny pieces, half of my pinky nail, maybe, little tiny treats, but you're rapid firing. It's called a jackpot. And you're like giving it language. We talked about that. So for Kaylee, for all my girls, it's good potty. That's the language. So good potty, and it's like, oh, you're all excited, and they're like, my God, what did I do? And you're treating them. All the food you're treating with comes out of the feed bowl. Okay, so you're not giving 3 cups of food and then giving them a cup of treats a day. That would be insane. So anything you're feeding, just remove some from the feed bowl. They eat when you bring your puppy home. I think the other thing that's really good to know is they're going to be very stressed. They might be sad. So this is not the time to have people over to meet your puppy, as hard as that is. They need to bond with you, and they need to bond with their home, because you're taking them from their litter. You're taking them from their mom. It's a big adjustment. So I've waited like even a week before I had somebody in. But actually, that being said, I'll back up a little. They cannot be around any other dogs, cats, birds, whatever, until they are fully vaccinated. So you want to talk to your vet about that. I do not over-vaccinate. I do not do Bordetella because I've never boarded my dogs. They can get it in school, so if there's an outbreak in your school, your puppy school, or your whatever school, your puppy school, I guess it's a good idea to get the Bordetella, but I don't do it. I don't do it on a brand new 8-week-old puppy. They get their rabies, their distemper. That's it. I don't do all this over vaccinating. And I only gave Charlie Bordetella once because she had kennel cough. She got it in school. So after that, when it was like the season, when there was a big outbreak of Bordetella, you can get it. You can get it outside. You can get it from dogs outside. It's not life-threatening. It's like a kennel cough, and it's antibiotics. So it's not life-threatening. I'm not giving them a shot for it. That's unnecessary. I also do not, I don't vaccinate for Lyme disease. They get Bravecto is what I give. I did natural all my life, but when Charlie got sick, I decided with Kaylee, they already had her on Bravecto, so I continued it. I don't really like it, but ticks are bad, and so it's a chewable, and there's a puppy dose. It's the safest one for lactating bitches, and that's why I chose it. I mean, I've done the research on this stuff. There's millions of them out there. You don't want to use a collar. You don't want to use a topical. I think that this is the safest one. So it goes by pounds. And I'm probably going to start her with a smaller dose and do 30, 30, 30 instead of 120 a day. That's just a big hit for the medication. I've done that twice. Next time I'm just going to go to Chewy, which I've never gone to Chewy. They actually are a certified dealer for Bravecto. I called, I don't know who makes it. Not Pfizer. I forget who makes it, but I called them and they said, yes, they absolutely do allow Chewy to sell them. Because if you get anything online, 90% of it is bogus. HeartGuard, you can get. There's knockoffs in the pet stores. I go to my vet for every single thing. This is the only thing I didn't, because my vet, this is the one, she doesn't sell Bravecto only because it's a space issue. She has other stuff. She's like, it's fine. I totally love it, but I don't have room to hold every single Lyme disease medication. So she doesn't hold that one. But she signed off on me getting it, and I get it directly from Chewy's pharmacy, and they are a legitimate pharmacy, and they work with the pharmaceutical company that manufactures Bravecto. So anyway, that is the one that I give. I didn't do anything when they were babies. I'd wait at least 6 months. It's just me. I'm very phobic with meds, especially with Goldens, with cancer. I've had the cancer journey so many times. But there are natural things, and if you want me to share about those, I will certainly give you information on those. So bring the dog, you're bringing the puppy home. It's just you 3. That's it. No other dogs until fully vaccinated, and that's up to your vet. But again, personally, they're going to throw everything at you for vaccines. I just don't. I never have, and I've been fine. I do Heart Guard, and my vet gives me, oh, sorry, Kaylee. Here's the first thing I'm going to show you. It's Dasiquin Advance. And I'm pretty sure I start these on my girls when they're babes. I'm pretty sure I do. They're joint support, and that's good for a medium to large dog. Really good. Dasiquin Advance. I get this from my vet. She charges $80. Yeah, we're going to talk money. Get the wallet. Before I forget, I would definitely get pet insurance. And I did a lot of research on this, and I landed on Healthy Paws. I think it's the best. That being said, it's just like human insurance. You're paying for insurance. Now, for me, I have $1,000 deductible for her. With Charlie and my other girls, they were much younger, so I had a very small deductible. So I actually could use the insurance. I haven't used her insurance yet because I'll never reach 1,000 in a year. It's a calendar year, and it's $129 a month. You'll pay less, and you will get a quicker. You'll meet your deductible sooner, possibly, with vet visits. You just submit everything. You take a picture. You send it in on the app. Some things are covered. Some things aren't. Just send it all in. But I like Healthy Paws a lot. They're out in your area, as a matter of fact. So things to have, obviously food. You're going to figure out your food. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Start pulling lunch at about 6 months. Just wean them off a bit. If it's a kibble, I soak mine. These dogs have larger stomachs, and they grow fast. It's like the first 2 years is like 7 years of a human, and then it's the same. It's the same ratio. It's not 7 years to every year of a human. That's not true. But they're growing fast, and their tummies are growing, and they will flip. They can do what's called a bloat. So when they eat, you want to keep them quiet. This is any dog. This isn't just a puppy. You want to just keep them quiet. Don't take them running and swimming right away because they could bloat. Their stomach could flip, and you could lose them. It's pretty quick. So what I choose to do is I feed kibble, and I soak it. And I soak it with hot water for like 15, 20 minutes. So it's going in the tummy already soaked up. So the stomach juices are not expanding it. It's already expanded, at least mostly, if that makes sense. As an adult, I guess even as a puppy, you can add some things. Again, you're going to talk to your vet, but what I add for her and what I give to all my girls is chicken and some blueberries, organic blueberries. Blueberries are a great anti-inflammatory, and they're really good, and they love them, and they're safe. A little handful. I don't give them 50 million of them. And I do it at one meal. I don't do it like she eats breakfast and dinner. I only do it at breakfast. What else do you want to have in your house? When you bring this puppy home, you've got your crate, food, water bowl, feed bowl. You can put your feed bowl up on a little stand. You can put it on the floor. It doesn't matter. They don't care. It doesn't make any difference. I've done both. They don't care. They eat outside. Canines eat outside. They're not putting their food on a log so they can eat standing up. They can bend over and eat. It's not going to bother them. Or you can put them on those little stand things. Either way is fine. Actually, right now I have my water bowl is standing up and my feed bowl is on the ground because the little stand broke, the other stand. So I never replaced it. It's okay. But anyway, so then the other thing you want to have bringing your pup home. A bag of rice, real rice, not boil in a bag. You want organic. I say organic because that's all I use. Organic white, organic brown, and chicken breast. I get boneless organic chicken breasts. They're always in the freezer, and the rice is always in the cabinet because you never know when we're going to have diarrhea. We just had some last week. So you're going to want chicken and rice in the house 24/7 every day. Okay? So that's just have it in just ready to go. And then what else? I'm trying to think what else just coming in the door. Chewing things are good. I would get an antler, not a tiny, even though they're puppies. They've got a good sized throat. You don't want things that can go down the gullet. So an antler is good. A good brand of antler, nothing from China, nothing that has any kind of chemicals in it, just an antler off the forest floor. A good pet store will have these, and they're great chews for the pup. If the dog is chewing on you, which they will, I have scars, you'll have scars, those little puppy teeth, I'll just gently, just take it out and put something in. I don't know where it is, but there's one called Tall Tales, I think it's called. They make like a leather antler. It's a really good chew. It's hard, but it's soft, if that makes sense. So it's got a little resistance, but it's a good chew. But you have to keep your eye on stuff because they will chew a lot really fast. So you have to really be mindful of that. That's why I like antlers, because they can chew it before it gets too splintery. It will soften up and get splintery, and then you'll have to pull it. These are toys that are good to have in the house. Now, this I would not use for a puppy, but I would get one for later on. It's called a snuffle mat, and it's just plastic on the back, and then it's these things, and you just put little treats. You just poke them inside, like bury them, and then throw it down on the floor, and your pup has something to work on, and they're looking for the little treats. Again, take them out of your feed bowl. Don't give them the full dose of food. As far as food goes, Kaylee gets, all my girls, half a cup in the, what does she get? Like 3/4 in the morning, 3/4 at night. But then I add sweet potatoes, everything's cooked, everything's boiled, sweet potatoes, chicken, blueberries at breakfast. Sweet potatoes is really good fiber. It's good for the dogs. Carrots, sometimes I'll slice up an apple, and I cook everything in the microwave. What am I saying? I boil everything on the stove, and then I have it in plastic containers, and then I just pull them out of the freezer and throw them out, and then I put like a tablespoon of sweet potato, tablespoon of carrots, whatever, and mix it all in, and then a hunk of chicken, chicken breast, and that's it. In both breakfast and dinner, blueberries only in breakfast. Again, this is down the road. I don't know what your vet is going to say for puppies. I mean, I know what I do, but I don't know. And then these are other games for your toys. Now this is the company. Okay. It's called Outward Hound, Nina Odison. Awesome. Now, they have, this one is not in the box. This one has these little things, and you put food in them. And then the pup has to figure out the puzzle. How do I get to the food? And she's made them in all different levels. So if you look up Nina Odison, I think Amazon carries some of her stuff. I would probably shy away from something like this, because a puppy could swallow that. That could get lodged in the throat. But like I have this one, and I don't know what level this is, but this is called Tornado. So it's got all these compartments on every level. Oh, it's filthy dirty. And you don't put food in every single one. You put a couple on each level. See how they're all levels? And then you stack it like this, cover it up, and put it down. And then your puppy will smell the food and figure out how to get to it. And it's a lot of fun, and it keeps them really busy. It keeps their mind really busy, keeps them tired. It gets them tired, because when you're mentally tired, they'll sleep, which is a good thing. You want them to be mentally and physically tired, not just physically. And then this is another one, but this, I'm pretty sure this is a higher level one, but look them up. She'll have like, for all the different levels. Like this, you pull it out, and then you slide it over. It's so cool. So you just, the dog has to figure out to pull these things out. And this is a hard one. Yeah, I have trouble with that one. Just saying. Coming home, in the house, you never have anything on in the house. No buckle, no harness, nothing. because when you have your tag, that can literally get stuck in a heat grate and they could strangle. And you don't need a collar in the house. You just don't need it. I never use a buckle. My girls don't have buckles. This is an Easy Walker. This is all I use, and I love them. I've used them for years. It's called Easy Walk. This is a harness. That's all it is. And the way it's made is that you have your print or your color, and then you have your black tummy strap. So it's super easy. You just clip it on around the back, and then you clip, this goes under the tummy, and you clip it under the tummy, and you adjust them. It's really easy. And I put these are the red, I think they're called red Zinger. I don't know what they're called. It's a really good stainless steel tag. I get a giant one, and the only information I put on the tag, I put reward, okay, in big letters, and then I put my phone number. I put her chip number, because you're going to want to get your puppy chipped. Absolutely get your dog chipped. And then I put their license number in Pennsylvania and my town and her town where she lives. I do not put her name on it. I never put my dog's name on a tag. Once you put their name on a tag, especially for a golden, say goodbye to your dog. Because if God forbid, Payton gets away and somebody finds Payton, they'll have his name. End of story. You probably won't see him again. That's reality. And so I just want to put that out there for you. So I just put license, chip, phone number, reward in big letters, all caps, so that they'll be inspired, hopefully, to return the dog. I'm sure this will never happen to you, but you have to think worst case scenario. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best, right? Other things that you want to have in the house: gauze pads, first aid stuff, Imodium. Here's the Bravecto. It's a 3-month dose. I'm going to go to 30 days each, but she's had no reaction to it. And, what are you going to do? These are ear wipes, and I really like to have these. This is also the shampoo that I use, Mycona Hex and Triz. These are really good for Goldens. They have a floppy ear. It's a little pad, and you don't go in deep. You just wipe the ears out and keep them clean, okay? If your dog is scratching their ears a lot, chances are they have ear mites. Get them to the vet, and they'll clean them out, and they'll probably give you that. They'll give you an ear wash. It's a bottle, and you want to just spray it in, and it'll drive them crazy, but it's okay. And you just hold their ear and just rub it, and then, you cleaned it out. But I like having these pads just for a quick cleanup. Because with a floppy ear dog, they can get funky. You want this tape always. You can't have enough of this in the house. A syringe, a big syringe. So if you have to give something, you put it in the syringe, and then you can just put it down their mouth. You just shoot it down their mouth. This is an old one, but baby aspirin. Rarely will you use it, but if your dog seems to be in any kind of discomfort, you call your vet, obviously. But if it's like if you were outside running and your dog, just seems to be, I don't know, overexerted or something, or they just seem to be in pain of some sort that's not really acute, call your vet and they'll say, give them a baby aspirin, 1 or half, depending on how big your pup is. If it's a puppy, call your vet for everything, but if it's a puppy, they're probably not going to say give it a baby aspirin, or maybe a half of a 1. But they're not like you just give baby aspirin. They're not. They're safe for dogs, but they're not like uber safe. What else? So, and then I have these wipes. I love these wipes with with your golden, and I know we talked about this, and I know you were horrified when I said no shaving your golden, but you will ruin your dog's coat. You will no longer have a golden retriever. You'll have a dog that looks like one, but it's shaved, so it's not really a golden anymore, because it will ruin the coat, and it's not healthy for the dog. Goldens are double coated, and they're double coated for a reason, so they have to have their coat. It protects them from sun. I never shave my dog in Florida. It's insulation from the heat, and it's insulation from the cold. It's insulation from the elements. You're going to be outside a lot with your pup, I'm sure, hiking, whatever. They're going through the woods. They need that coat, and that coat is easy to maintain. It just, you have to do it minimum 3 times a week. Brush your dog. Minimum. And don't forget to get under the armpits. You want a pin brush. A pin brush I don't have. I can't find one. A pin brush, a slicker. This is a slicker. See how the little things are bent? That's a slicker brush. And you start like from the bottom of the coat, like you pick up the fur and you just start little strokes from the bottom and then get to the top. And you just keep doing that. And then you brush out the tail. Always make sure you get the tail. Hi, Kale. The ears and under the arms, and you'll be fine. 3 times a week. Bathing 3 to 4 times a year. That's it. If they get muddy and everything else, let them dry off, wipe them off, let them dry off, and then brush them out. You don't want to you'll ruin all the oils that are in their skin and their coat. You don't want to over groom a dog of any breed. But in particular, Goldens, they don't need to be bathed more than, I would say, 4 times a year. Once a quarter is a good rule of thumb. I have these that I love. These happen to be lavender. They're aloe, and it's just a wipe. And I keep them in a Ziploc bag, because once you open them, they could dry out. But if you keep them in a Ziploc bag, they never dry out. And they're just a good-sized wipe that I'll just wipe her down with. If she rolls in something, it smells like hell. I have these in the car as well. But see, it's a nice size sheet, and it takes 2 or 3, and I just go over her back and forth, and clean her up a little bit, and that's it. And then it's but then like I said, if she gets muddy or anything, I wait till it dries up, and then I just brush her out. So minimum 3 times a week you're going to brush your dog. But if you brush your dog as a baby, they will learn to love it. Same with like touching the paws. The front paws are usually more sensitive and they don't like it so much. But as a baby, if you just start just petting the paws, just petting the tops, touching the bottom, the back paws, just a little touching, get in their mouth, look at their teeth. Here's a toothbrush. You want to brush their teeth. So I love these because you put it right on your finger. And I have toothpaste somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, here. Pet Smile toothpaste. Put a little bit on, and then you just get in and brush their teeth. It doesn't have to be a 4-hour thing. It's just even a couple of minutes. But they get in the habit of having somebody in their mouth. They are a very good patient when they go to the vet. Get them to the vet as a baby. If you can, the fear-free thing, it's a lot of it's a gimmick. Some actually do it, but it is what it is, But just for your wellness check, your first visit, I would try to get in first thing in the morning. So there's not a lot of other dogs. Your dog has not had its shots. And you cannot be around other dogs until your dog is fully vaccinated with rabies and distemper at the minimum. And again, it's a big adjustment for your puppy. So just coming home into the house, they need to be quiet. They need to be just kept quiet and bond with you. It's new for everybody. But they've been taken away from their mommy. Sorry, but that's the truth. So anyway, and then I don't know where everything else is. I have my thinning shears here, and regular safety scissors for the tail, and my Dremel. This is a Dremel from Home Depot. Now, this, I don't know how to take it off. This is the Diamond G that I love. So this comes in this box. Okay? The Diamond G Dremel. It's very fancy. So it comes in a little box and a little hole. And you just, if you have a Dremel, take it out of your toolbox, make sure it's charged, put this on, and you'll see that it does not have a collar. This screws all the way down. I love this thing. And then it clicks in, okay? So you can see it goes all the way down, and that is all little diamonds. And then there's a polishing cup at the end. So this will not grab the hair, which hopefully you're pulling the hair out of the way anyway when you're doing the toes, and you're going to learn to clean up your own dog's paws, because like I said, you're not going to groom this dog every week. Maybe, I don't know. My Goldens, I'm trying to think. I think probably every 8 weeks I would take my girls in for a full groom to a groomer, and I was blessed, a Golden Retriever groomer. That's all she groomed. If you can find one, that's what you want. But you can't wait 8 weeks to do their nails or their tail or their pads, their hair. So the reason I like this, and you can go all the different, things, the different speeds. Maybe start out with the lowest just to get used to the noise. But when you're grooming the toenail, how can I show you this? Pretend this is a toenail. So you're going to take the toenail and pull back the hair, and you're holding the toenail really tight so it does not vibrate. Oh, this isn't even charged. Okay, well, whatever. When that comes on, it's zzz. So you want to just round it, done. Go to the next toenail, and I'm talking, you are holding that nail, you're pushing it out from the toe, and you're holding the nail, like protruding it. You're pushing it out, if you will, and you're holding it tight so it doesn't vibrate a lot. And then you're just going around, go underneath. And then with this, you take it on the end with this polishing, and you just go zzz, and it finishes it off really nicely. Diamond G Dremel, love it. There's tons of stuff on the market with lights and quiet and all this other stuff. The actual tool is not good. It's a gimmick. There's tons of gimmicks out there. That's one of them. But you guys will figure it out. You'll do what you want to do, what you're comfortable with. I'm a research person, so I've looked into all this stuff. So that's that. Back to another fun thing for your dog. Peanut butter can be very deadly to a dog. So if you get peanut butter, I would do organic and make sure there's no xylitol. And xylitol is now called many different things. So again, you do your homework and find out what peanut butter is safe, what ingredients, blah, blah, blah. I might have a list. I'll send it to you if you want it. But this is a licky mat. It's a big giant suction cup. Put it on your dishwasher. Put it on your stove. Put it on your freezer drawer. And you smear, again, for a puppy, very, very little. I'm talking maybe half a teaspoon, maybe. And smear it in here. And so they can stand and lick it, and it keeps them busy for a while. So they're not in their crate. If you're loading the dishwasher, they can be in there, and they're just chewing on their licky mat. And they're not chewing, they're just licking it. Okay? So that's a really good thing. And the other thing is, I forgot. Back to the grooming stuff. I can't. I love these things. I mean, they're flea and tick combs. I've never had fleas, but they're good for ticks. And you can go right down to the skin very gently, and you go with the coat. You don't go against the coat. You go with the coat. When you brush your dog, you brush with the grain, if you will. You go with the way the coat is growing. You never go against it. You always go with it. But these are great to have. I don't even know where. Oh, this is from a vet hospital. I mean, you can probably get them on Amazon. I don't know. I've never bought one in my life because half the vets have them. If you're not probably going to be going to puppy school for a couple of months. Usually they start pretty young, a couple of months old, when they've all been vaccinated. And that a good school will be positive reinforcement. They will insist that you have gotten your shots. They will want proof of your shots, your certificates, to upload them and send them in. They will want you on a 6-foot leash, not a flexi leash. Flexi leashes are horrible. Sorry, but they are. They're not safe. You have virtually no contact with your dog. Your dog has no sense of you on the other end of it at all, because you're holding on to a big, thick piece of plastic. What I have always used and always love is a 1/4-inch leather leash with a brass clip. It's like a horse rein. And then I tie a knot about, well, there's the loop. So a little less than halfway down. So I have something to grab a hold of when I'm walking. Okay. It's just a little, because these, they get slippery. If you're out in the rain, you're out in the snow, whatever you're out in, they can get slippery, or even if they're not, it's just nice to have a little extra something that's not running through your fingers. I like a thin one because you hold a leash like this, not like this, with it all wrapped around. This is not how you hold a leash. That is like insanity. Your thumb is your strongest finger. You put it here, and you just hold it like this. And your dog will never get away from you, ever. If you're holding it like this, and your dog goes for a squirrel or another pup, you could easily wind it, and it happens fast, and they are moving fast. You can wind up on the ground, and you'll break your wrist. Okay? And this, I don't even understand this whole thing. I mean, what are you walking, a Tyrannosaurus? Like, get a hold of yourself. So you just simply do this and this, and you're good to go. Da 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 da. And then you've got your second hand is holding at the knot. So your dog eventually will be on a loose leash, and you're good to go. But I like, it's a 1/4-inch leather. They're online. I can find you the website if you want, where I just got another one for her, but they're nice. They're just English leather, 1/4-inch, 6 foot is what they are going to want in school probably. This is not my favorite. This is also Outward Hound. It's a water bowl or a food bowl. I don't like it, but it's you can use it for anything. I never use it. I don't even know why I brought it to show you, but what I do have, and then this is a shedding blade. I don't like them because they can also strip, but every now and then you might get a mat and you might use this. But when you do it, you're not going in and ripping it out. You are working this. First, you're going to work it out with your fingers, and then you're going to gently go in with this. I've never used it on her. I think I used it on Charlie Grace maybe 2, 3 times at the most. I just had it in the house just to be safe, but I never use it. Because this really will work. Again, you take it, you start at the bottom, and you work your way up to the top 3 times a week. And your pin brush also. 2 separate brushes, 2 separate uses, 3 times a week minimum, and you'll be fine. What else did I want to share with you? Oh, I know. The treat bags. You're going to need 2 because there's 2 of you in the house, and you really do want to have them on you all the time. It's called Pet Safe, and it's like expandable. It opens and closes. It's about that big. It's a black rectangle. I can send you the link. Let me know. I think it's by Pet Safe, and it's got 2 compartments inside. So your high value and your like cheese, which isn't a high value. But again, you'll go over all this in school, and puppy school is just puppy school. It's just fun. You're not training your dog now. He's just a baby. You're not training your dog. He's just being a baby, and that's all he should be. There should be no expectations. Just have fun with him. Just get him socialized after he's vaccinated, after he's settled in. I personally would stay away from dog parks. I don't think they're safe. There's horror stories, and people take their dogs there and they just unclip them and they don't even pay attention. And so a good school, a friend that you know and trust that knows about dogs and dog behavior is safe. But I would probably introduce your puppy in a supervised environment in a good school when they're a few months old. I don't know when they start out there. I would probably say, probably 12 weeks. You can probably get into a school. As long as it's positive reinforcement, as long as the instructors have certifications of some sort and they've been around for a while, it's clean. It's not like 50 million people in the class. It should be like 8 is a good number usually for a class. And you have a good time. This went a little long, I know, but I just wanted to cover everything that I thought might be helpful for you bringing a pup home. The crate is the most important, but again, it's never used for punitive. The way your golden is going to learn the best is love, as you know, and positive reinforcement. Ignore the bad. And I think I shared with you that it is never the dog's fault. Gets in the garbage, it's your fault. Choose a slipper, your fault. Your best pair of shoes, your fault. Rips apart something, your fault. Choose a leg of a table, your fault. It's never the dog's fault. I mean, you want to set them up for success, and that's the only reason you use a crate is if you can't be eyes on. Other than that, the dog should be out with you, and the crate should be out with you. The crate should not be in a room where they can't see you. The crate is in there so they can rest, but when they're in the crate, you are not speaking to them. Because if you can speak to them and pay attention to them, they shouldn't be in the crate, if that makes sense. So again, the crate is there for when you are going to the bathroom and no one else is home. Don't think, I'm only going to be in there for a minute. A lot of damage can happen in a minute, especially with a puppy. They are like little buzzsaws. They can get into anything. If you leave food out, if you leave, God forbid, medicine out or anything, it could be bad. So you have to really puppy-proof your house like you would for a baby, and because it is a baby. And I think, Nashawn, you asked about baby gates. I never used them. I would say if you're going to get one, they're plastic. They can chew through them pretty quickly, and that can be very detrimental. So I would say invest in an X pen, which is like it's like a giant crate. Think of it as a crate that's like 8 sides, and they have really tall ones, shorter ones. I mean, if you're going to get one, get a tall one, but you would just like open it across a door and put it behind 2 chairs or something. But then they can knock that over. I don't know. I never used a baby gate. I just put them in a crate, and other than that, they were with me. So I was always, they were with me and I was watching them. But if you set them up for success, they will learn to love their crate. They will go in their crate as adults because that's their special house, and they love it because that becomes these are canines in the wild. They are animals that burrow. They like a tight, confined space. So they will go to their crate. And in good time, if they're having a good experience, they will go there just to chill out. And when they're of a certain age, when they're done chewing and they're, you don't have to worry, then you can get a nice crate pad, okay, and put them. But in the meantime, it's a plastic tray. That's it. They don't get toys. They're going in there to sleep. They are not going in there to have a ball, I maybe would put maybe put an antler in, because there's not too much trouble they can get into with an antler because it's hard. But no water, never get their water in a crate, but they get their food in a crate. That's how you train them to eat in a crate, but you don't shut the door. Yeah, it's I would say your dog will be trained within 3 to 4 weeks easy if you maintain a really, really strict schedule. Just remember that you have to be ready to go outside when you open that door to take the puppy out. And it's not like you're coming home and being like, oh, you're so cute, you're so cute. He's peeing down your arm. Get him outside. And then you can have the party, and you're so happy. Mommy's and daddy's good boy. Oh, Payton, oh, Payton, But it's not in the house. It's business. They know when they come out of that crate, they're coming out and they're going outside and they're going potty. And that's it. And when they're in the crate, you're not talking to them like, oh, you're so cute. I'm sorry, I can't take you out. It undoes everything that you're trying to do. And at night, like I always had a crate upstairs because they can't sleep on the bed with you. You'll not be happy. Hi, Kaylee. But they're there. They will cry. Maybe not. You have to ignore them when they're in their crate, and they will stop. I promise to God, they will stop. It will break your heart, but they're in the room with you. And as long as you don't buckle, it will not take long. They will know when they're in their crate, it's business. It's just business. That's all it is. And that's it. I went on and on. It was a very long video, but I had a lot of things I wanted to share with you because you're coming home with a little baby. And, you're going to want to, take him everywhere and show everybody. And he needs to just settle in with you. And it's a big adjustment for a puppy. It's a big adjustment. And they need some time to adjust because it's, it is a difficult adjustment. Coming home from the litter and, and leaving their mom. So good luck. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to meet him. I'll bring Kaylee out and meet him. Ooh. Yay, yay. I think I covered everything. I've covered more than you probably ever wanted to know. But I love you both, and I wanted to give you as much information that I've learned through the years, that I hope is helpful. You're going to be great. You're going to be great parents, and he's a lucky little boy. I can't wait to see him. You guys are so funny, Payton, and sweetness. Little sweetness. So cute. So very cute. Oh, one thing real quick. I know I keep remembering things. If you decide not to use a Dremel, you do the toenails every single week. Every single week. It'll keep the quick back, and they'll never get long. But if you don't want to use a Dremel and you want to use a clipper, there's a kind that looks like a little guillotine. It's like got a little hole. It's like the nail goes through it, and it's like it comes up and the blade comes up, and it's like a little hole that you put the nail through. Always have Quick Stop in the house. I have mine somewhere. I don't know where mine is. I don't really use it, but it's good to have it. It will stop the bleeding if you cut the quick. That's why I don't like to use it, because I use this. And even if you do 2 nails, then you come back and do 2 more, just get him used to it. You'll be fine. It just becomes, if you're doing it right, like you don't want to just do it on the nail. The nail's all over the place. You want to hold the nail and then 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And as a baby, hopefully she's already done this. I don't know. But if not, get on it because you want that quick back. So the nails are nice and short. A golden's foot should look like a cat's paw. And I can show you how to trim the fur. You just push it through, trim it on the bottom with those regular scissors, with the round tips. You want the safety scissors, and then you cut the paw. I mean, you cut it around. Come on YouTube, look for a video. It's super easy. But yeah. So the guillotine, but I prefer the Dremel. And you can use it on if you're getting it short enough and you're doing it every week, you should do it every single week. You could probably do it on a medium speed. It doesn't have to be like, you know what I mean? Because you've already got it nice and short and you're keeping it nice and short. And if you have a dew claw, if she hasn't had them removed, they're not taking them off anymore. They used to remove them. They're leaving them on. They do use them. When they're running, that dew claw is engaged. So they do leave them on. Just be careful. And that has to be trimmed. They grow fast. Dew claws seem to grow fast, and they can grow back into the leg, and it's very painful. So you really want to stay on top of their toenails. Really stay on top of that. And the more you do, the easier it is for you, and the shorter the nail stays, and the farther back the quick stays. So, yay. That's it. I love you. Have fun. I want to see Payton. Yay. You spent way too much time with your aunt. I know you probably haven't even looked at this. You're probably like, oh, shut up. We'll be fine. And I know you will be. I wish someone had told me everything that I have learned, and it would have been so much easier. So I'm hoping that you know that is why I'm making this video, is that you have this information. Whether you want it or not, you can always throw it out. But it's a lot, to raise a good pup. And you want them to be happy, and you want to be a really easy life. And I've been very blessed with my girls. I have a great training facility here. What a good dog. Great place to look just for just to see kind of what they do there. So it gives you some kind of maybe a benchmark. But I'm sure you have great facilities out there, as long as it's positive reinforcement. As long as they're not saying like, oh yeah, bring a flexi. You don't want a flexi leash. I'm telling you, there's certain things that you should know not to bring. And if they're letting those, then move on and find another school. And if the classes are really big, find another school. If they're not asking for certification of your vaccines, find another school. And you'll find one that checks all the boxes. That will be great for you and Payton, and a great future. Puppy up. Yay. Bye.